rather busy in your absence, Mr. Freeman.
The Source Engine gives us capabilities in four main areas: believable and realistic human beings, graphics that were previously only possible in a Hollywood movie studio, an integrated materials and physics system that create an unprecedented level of interactivity, an artificial intelligence that welds these characters, these effects, this world into an experience gamers have never had before. An enormous number of details go into creating a character like the G-Man. His eyes glint based on a radiosity calculation of the local illumination. They self-shadow and follow you as you move. He has 40 separate muscles in his face, and his emotions are based on a taxonomy of facial expressions created by Dr. Paul Ekman, a research psychiatrist at the University of California. The same system that gives him emotion
Pay
also...
attention, Mr. Freeman. I'm only going to say this once.
Source's capabilities are completely language independent, so it's just as easy for him to speak in Chinese as it is in English.
那么看来我们是没有合作的机会了。
This character technology gives us a very broad emotional palette to draw upon. You will hate your enemies, and you'll fear for yourself and your friends. And perhaps you'll discover feelings you've never had before. With characters that can react emotionally, we need a world that is similarly flexible and interactive. The world of Half-Life 2 is very dynamic. Any surface can have a displacement map which can be altered dynamically along with its collision hull. This terrain system gives us very large open areas that can run on even low-end hardware with its LOD-based system. In Source, worlds are built out of materials. If something looks like wood, stripes like wood, floats like wood, if you shoot it, it will fragment like wood. Materials in physics crack. So a set of kilograms floating on a wood pallet will behave how you expect. And of course, what tech demo would be complete without a giant game? Materials define the properties of a wide variety of objects, from mattresses to tables to barrels and watermelons. You can have constrained models, very flexible objects interacting precisely with complicated surfaces. And there's no limit on the complexity of those interactions. It's this level of believable and consistent interactivity that opens the door to a wide variety of gameplay mechanics. The graphics of the Source Engine are based around shaders, the same approach used to render movies like Toy Story or Monsters, Inc. In this room, you can see some examples of how powerful Source's graphics can be. The walls are actually bump map subdivision surfaces. If you look closely at the water, you can see that it refracts submerged objects and properly incorporates a Fresnel term to modulate the surface. Over here, you can get a sense of the wide variety of visual effects that are possible using Source on top of a hardware platform like the ATI Radeon 9800 Pro. One of the cool things about Source is that there aren't any arbitrary restrictions on how you can use these visual effects. You can apply a noise function to a self-illuminating shader, you can procedurally distort an environment map, or you can take a human character and build them out of water. As you've seen, Source has a great deal of flexibility in where you apply visual effects. Source also gives us complete control over the inputs and outputs of the system. You can use this flexibility in some very surprising ways. this dry technology stuff. Let's just go ahead and look at the game now. Alex, a new friend in the game, and reintroduce you to Dr. Kleiner, one of the surviving scientists from Black Mesa.
Snap out of it. You're staring at me again.
Warming up nicely.
Are you sure you don't want me to swap out the polarizer?
That's not necessary. Just checking for potential modular interference in the interstices. Conditions could hardly be more ideal.
I hope so. I'm sorry, Gordon. I can't help thinking that this isn't going to work. We should have listened to my father and done it his way. It's just, this is the first time I've had any hope of really striking back at the Combine. And now we're sitting ducks unless we can get this thing running. Come on, Dr. Kleiner, is it going to work or not?
No, there's nothing to be nervous about. Let's see. Massless field flux should self-limit, and I've clamped the manifold parameters to C base, LG, Oh, do be careful.
Maybe we should just cut our losses and listen. Scanners. That's it. We gotta get moving. Here, Gordon. Take this. Let's get out of here.
This should only take
It's too late. Run!
Oh, fine.
Mesa was as bad as it could get? Cover me, Gordon!
Not all of your allies are human.